Hello, Many Worlds Tavern fans. My name is Chris Porto. I'm a tavern keeper at Many Worlds Tavern. Today we're going to play a new game for our Video Games for Board Gamers series. This is a series where I explore games that I think tabletop gamers will really enjoy. Maybe there's some similar mechanics. Today we're playing a card game, so tabletop gamers are familiar with cards. A few caveats for the series. We always pick stuff that isn't too graphically intense because not everyone who plays tabletop games might have a gaming PC or a console. And the games usually don't have a requirement for fast reflexes because it's another thing that is not part of tabletop gaming. So this is called Foretales. I believe it's a card-driven adventure game. I've got the Steam description here. Decide the fate of the world in this ingenious story-driven card game. Foretales offers a unique take on the adventure genre with a multitude of playstyles and story paths through which you can save the world or bring about its end. So yeah, super excited to try this out. I have not hit play yet, so we're going to go for it and see how this goes. Choose the next region. A mysterious patron. Volpain needs money to help his father and the local miners. His friend Leo says there's someone in town with a very lucrative job offer. Okay. So far this game looks very pretty with the cards. Let's see if I can... I'm going to move my camera here. Probably lose audio for a sec. And we're just going to move up here. I hope this little... There's like a light bulb over here. Oh, it says find enough food. This is it, Volpain, our ticket to the easy life. I always like when cards have like personification in this kind of way. One last job and our days of stealing apples from the market are behind us. That's what you said last time. So who is this contract of yours? His name's Timothy. He says he has work for people like us. And you're sure he can pay. Because I could really do with the money right now. Don't worry, he promised a hefty reward. Should be more than enough to help your father and the miners with their strike. And for me to take an early retirement. He's just a little difficult to track down in town sometimes.
He looks like a good place to start.
Good day to you, young bird. How can I be of assistance? We're looking for someone by the name of Timothy. Ah, I see. A very secretive fellow is he. I think I heard something about him the other day, but sadly my memory isn't what it once was. Right, and what might jog your memory, I wonder? A bite to eat usually does a trick. About 5 something should be sufficient. Ignore my friend here, we'll come back with some food for you. Okay, it's food. We already have 1 food, just 4 to go. Okay, how does this work? On this game, we've played plenty of card games, but they're almost always deck builders, card battler type stuff. So let's see what this is like. I don't think this is a deck builder necessarily. So a typical region of the game is composed of 3 to 6 location cards placed on the board. You can learn more by hovering your cursor over a card. Sometimes clicking on cards will also trigger dialogue or a reaction from your characters. Try it out for yourself. Left click on the left card with the beggar. He will remind you of what he wants. Okay. You have two types of action cards at your disposal. Skill cards of your adventurers, which look like that down here, and consumable cards. Targets will often be location cards, but not always. When you hover one of your cards, the possible targets are highlighted along with hints as to what will happen if you play there. So pay attention to what is highlighted and where the hints appear. Conversely, if you place your cursor over elements of the board, it will highlight the action cards you can play there. Take a moment to explore your current cards and see if you can figure out a way to find enough food to proceed. Marketplace. The sights, sounds, and smells of city life intermingle in this bustling hub of commerce. A great place to trade goods. Apple merchant. Don't be fooled by his jolly banter. He's as much a gossip as he is a merchant. Okay. So what kinds of cards do we have here? Eavesdrop. You can learn a lot when you take the time to stop and listen. Okay, this is pretty cool. Nimble hands. When you're born with nothing, you have to steal what you can to survive. If you're lucky, you'll survive long enough to get pretty good at it. Peppery diversion. The perfect way to cause a commotion or to incapacitate enemies in combat. It's pretty good. Just throw dust in their eye. Survivor sense. There's food everywhere if you know where to look. Rallying cry. An inspiring call to arms that draws out potential allies in the area. Survivor sense. There's food everywhere if you know where to look. Okay. And I've got some consumables. I've got gold. I've got food. I've got fame. I've got grim. Theft, murder, violence, and general lawlessness. A reputation like that guarantees respect among outlaws and makes law-abiding citizens quake in their boots. Cool. Should we be bad guys? I don't know. Let's see. I kind of want to eavesdrop on this person. Oh, it tells you what to do. Receive nasty little secret. Move to next location. Okay, well, what if I try to steal? +3 food, move to next location. +2 food, add 1 creature to the search party. Oh, you can add people to the... Okay. Interesting. So it'll tell you what to do. I want to eavesdrop. Now, how is that for a juicy piece of gossip? So it looks like it added a card here. One very important rule to remember, you can only play 1 card per location card on the board. Sometimes it will transform the card into another, but most of the time it will just consume it and travel to the next card. A standard used card from the board will go back to the bottom of the exploration deck. And once a slot is available, it will automatically be filled with a top card from the exploration deck. You can't run out of location cards to explore because the exploration deck always cycles. Okay, so I got a new one, Solidarity for the weak. The poor, the weak, and the needy must stick together to survive. Pain can inspire compassion to attract potential allies. This one, a nasty little secret. A little story that can be devastating to someone's reputation if it came to light. Okay, this is blackmail. Can be traded with allies or used to blackmail enemies. Okay, let's try to get some block kids on our side. Oh, there's scamps. What do you want, mister? Can I give them... Gives a food and fame and a street urchin if I give them food. If I give them money, I'll also get a street urchin. Local chit chat. I can throw the pepper at them. Nimble hands. Oh, you can steal from the kids. That's horrible. Oh, I really want to try to make them rioters. Or are they going to cause a riot? Let's do this. A surefire way to rile up a mob. Okay, this is silly. A bunch of rioters. It doesn't take much to transform the downtrodden people of the Hard Republic into an angry mob. I want the rioters on my side. Can get a fire. I can buy a firebomb. Oh, I can steal a firebomb. I can pay them. I don't have enough money. Dang. I thought this would be cooler. Maybe we need to get some gold.
Ho.
Alright, we're stealing some food. Uh-oh.
Here they come.
There's a search party. I thought that was our team. At least one of your adventurers is down to their last few skill cards. Maybe you can use the rest deck to recover some. Since rest cards will give skill cards back to all adventurers, it's often a good idea to use your actions from all your adventurers and not just one. If you spread the effort between them, they won't have to rest as often. Okay, makes sense. Old Well, a good place to refresh oneself or make a quick wash. If I put gold into it... Oh, it's like a wishing well. I get a food and a fame. Food and gold. Surprised I can't rally and cry the rioters. That's unfortunate. Okay. This looks like a good spot to refill our canteens. We've got 4 food already. Beware, a hostile token is blocking this card. You won't be able to play any cards on the suspicious street until you get rid of those bandits. If you click on the token, you can see the creatures forming the group and decide whether or not to engage. Most confrontations start with a negotiation phase. If you have the correct resources, you might be able to discard this threat without any violence. But if you don't absolutely need to play a card here, you may as well avoid any conflict and play on the other cards available. It's cool art. Love this crocodile guy. Buying this firebomb.
Yes, that's it.
Noisy Tavern. Anytime a tavern comes up, it's good stuff. The perfect place to get some rest and recruit fellow adventurers. Firebomb. Stay a while, listen closely, and you just might hear something useful. What happens if I firebomb it? Burning Building. +3 Grim. Add 2 creatures to the graveyard. Add 2 creatures to the search party. This is messed up. Maybe I don't need that. I mean, I'm kind of confused. Like, I feel like I can get 5 food really easy. I could just steal some. Right? Let's just see what happens if I get to 5
I
food.
don't know about you. My mouth is watering.
Okay. Oh, it's probably going to keep going. How do I give him food? Do I just give it here? Wait, could I have, like, fought this guy or something? Where are my manners? Here, follow this path.
That
Okay.
should show the way. Heartwarming stuff.
I suppose we should follow the old beggar's directions on that piece of paper. Sometimes you'll have to seek directions to progress in the story and reach new destinations. Check the descriptions on your cards.
You really do make a lot of enemies, Volpan.
Volpan, not Volpain. Okay.
Magnificent.
A heavily bandaged figure stood alone in the hallway. It stood alone in the alleyway. He looked like he was waiting for someone. As Volpan and Leo approached, the figure turned to greet them. Ah, Leo, so you're finally here, and you brought a crow. I'm a shoebill. Of course you are. We heard you have work, but do I ever? But before we get down to brass tacks, I always like to get an understanding of who it is I'm working with. I'd like a demonstration of the value you bring to this operation. Yes, you know, skills, my boy. Show me your skills. What did he mean, skills? Skills in combat, sleight of hand, or maybe just a good old trick shot from Leo? What if I were to steal your purse right from under your nose? That would be impressive, especially as you've just warned me you were about to. Hold on a minute. With a wry smile, Volpain produced a finely embroidered purse full of gold. The masked figure was taken aback. Very impressive indeed. Here you go, all present and correct. I'll tell you what, keep it. Consider that your first payment. Let's go. Got some money. Now then, perhaps you'd like to tell us what it was you needed? I would like for the two of you to acquire an item for me. An instrument, in fact. A very rare and beautiful lyre that is currently in the possession of the esteemed Lady Kittel. You mean that old bat who lives on the hill? I wouldn't call her that to her face, but yes, that's her. I'd like you to break into her manor, steal the lyre, and bring it to me at the Holy Grove. The Holy Grove? I know that place well. I'll get you there myself, Volpan. Excellent, then I shall leave you to it. I look forward to our next meeting. Alright, we've got a job to do. At long last, we can get straight to it if you think we're ready to go. Or we could spend some more time on the streets to prepare. It's your call. Sigh, actually, how about a small nap before we set off? You only have a limited number of skill cards in your adventurers' decks. Spending too many of their skill cards will tire them out. If you want to recover some skill cards, you will have to use rest cards on the right side of the board. Okay, I don't think I want to yet. Apple Merchant. Interesting.
Well, how very altruistic. Oh, now you're in for it.
Let's see what combat is like.
Maybe you could buy them off?
If you get rid of enough opponents, you'll bring the morale of the group down to 0 and the rest will flee. If you use an aggressive card, the confrontation will automatically turn into a fight. But if you don't have any cards to play or you don't want to play any cards, click on the auto battle token to trigger the fight manually. So I could play aimed shot and deal 3 damage and engage combat. I could pay them off. It takes 2 gold. I could use fame. Consume 2 fame. Okay, let's just attack.
I hope you know what you're doing, fighting.
From now on, both sides will automatically attack the opponent directly opposite them or to the left if no one is directly in front. Between each round of attack, you can play 1 card per adventurer. If you don't want to play cards, you can use the auto battle token. Okay, so they just take 1 damage each.
There will be consequences for that.
An enemy was just removed from the confrontation. In most cases, this will subtract its level from the enemy's morale. Should the enemy morale reach 0, the remaining hostiles will flee. The level of an enemy is the number in the top left corner of the card. Okay, so it looks like we took 2 damage. Kind of confused. I thought we were going to run out of cards and use this rest. But it seems like I keep drawing stuff. Like that. Or how do I just move on? Can I move on? Alright, let's steal. Plus 2 gold, plus 1 grim.
Oh, naughty.
On the scent. That's going to add a creature to the search party. Whatever, let's do it.
Sorry to dine and dash. Watch out, Volpan. You've got a tail. What? No, not that kind of tail.
Tavern brawl. That sounds fun.
Can somebody crack a window, please?
I don't know if Grim is bad or what.
I always say.
Okay, let's rest. Oh, here's the rest of their deck, 0 to 7. Interesting. The last card of the rest deck is always game over. You have completed this region. You can either proceed to the next region, or you might want to spend some more time here to gather resources and allies. Beware, consumables and resources are carried over from one region to the next, but they are not carried over from one mission to the next, so there's no need to hoard excessively. Okay, we're gonna take damage here. Okay, I'm a little confused. I'm gonna try to move on. Somewhere in the garden, Leo has brought Volpan to the city gardens where food is plentiful and secrets lurk around every corner. Deep in the labyrinth lies our hero's destination for the evening, Lady Catel's Manor. Okay, so this is more like a resource management game, just with cards. Seems like fighting is... you can't do a lot of that. There are now several hostile creatures in the search party, the deck of cards representing the animals chasing your party. Each time a new location card appears on the board, if it has a search party call token with an eye, it may spawn a group of enemies from the search party. Some of your actions may also add hostiles to the search party, as we've seen. Okay, cool. Timothy said the instrument is inside Lady Catel's Manor. The big house with the labyrinth? That's the one. But getting through that hedge mage is going to be tough. I think I saw some gardeners wandering around earlier. Maybe they'd know the way.
Seems you've attracted some heat, Volpan.
Cool. It's gardener. Let's use a fame to get this gardener.
A fine spot for looting.
Most decks on the board can be browsed.
There has to be a way in.
I can see some documents through the glass. Orchard, thorny bushes, patrolled garden. Okay, let's try to use the gardener on this. Okay, so it was only the inner part of the labyrinth. It's better than nothing. I'm sure we can find something to show us the way to the middle. Or somewhat. Or we could firebomb it. Silly. This is cool. You could shoot it. See that apple over there? Oh, that's pretty good. I just wanted to do that. Oh, but it didn't even move on. Let's move on. Got tons of food. Thorny bushes. You like scratches because if you go through this way, you're going to get scratches. Deal 1 damage to party. What if I firebomb it? I guess we're gonna go through the thorns. It's either that or we firebomb the place and...
Well, if the guards wanted a fight, they were
Oh,
going
no.
to get one.
Let's get another gardener. What can the gardener do?
Ah, damn small town cops.
Okay, there's lots of... We have an appointment with the lady of the house. Would you show us the way through the maze? I've trimmed these hedges many a time. Follow me.
That's quite a statue.
It's the statue, sir. It's bad luck it is. Haunted. The gardener backed away from the statue nervously, leaving Volpan and Leo alone. They had to admit it was a rather foreboding sight. Shh, I think I hear a guard patrol coming.
You better have a warrant.
Okay, let's fight these guys. Let's see, can I pay them off? Seems like a...
Can grease the wheels of justice here.
Perhaps you can grease the wheels. One of the hostiles you're facing has a special power. Special powers are signified by wooden tokens on the left side of creature cards. Enemy powers can trigger during the negotiation phase or during combat. They may trigger once or every few rounds. If you hover over a creature card, you'll see a detailed description of its powers. One of your adventurers is hurt. If any of your adventurers reach 0 health points, the mission is lost and you'll have to replay it. You can use food or other consumables to heal, but maybe you should also consider swapping the positions of your adventurers during fights. At any time during a fight, you can swap 2 adventurers to try and optimize how damage is spread among them. Cool. I can't... Who's the one with the special... So their group morale is 4.5. Food seems easy to pay off. Man, it takes 4 Grim to corrupt these guys. Grim is good.
Bad to the bone.
You've brought the enemy morale to 0. All remaining hostiles will now flee for their lives. When you trigger a panic, each fleeing enemy will grant you 1 something whenever their level. Oh, fame. Nice. Okay, so Grim is a useful resource. Oh, but usually they add stuff to the search party. And the rest cards get worse over time, so that's probably why you don't want to just build up a nest egg. If I'm reading this right, we should be there in no time. Good thing too, it's almost nighttime. Perfect timing, the darker the better.
That's Lady Catel's manor.
Firebomb. Hey, maybe that was the hard part and it's all downhill from here. Sometimes your adventurers won't have their best skill cards in their hand, but don't worry. Anytime you're not in combat, you can trade a skill card from your hand for another one. Just drag the card above its owner's deck and choose a new card. If the card is unavailable from your draw pile, you will have to pay a fixed price of 1 food per card. It's expensive, especially considering you could have rested to regain several cards at once. But the rest of costing can also be pretty high. So be careful not to burn through too many skill cards by trading them. Let's rest. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, back at it then.
That's a lot of guys, actually. Okay, nimble hands. Under the cover of night, Volpan ghosted into the manor undetected. He darted through the corridors until he reached the main hall. There, in plain sight, stood the lyre in all its splendor, glinting in the moonlight. All he had to do was reach out and take it.
The second he touched the mysterious lyre, Volpan felt an ancient power flowing through him. Reality fractured and exploded into an infinite number of worlds, all identical and yet somehow
many worlds, if you will.
Beyond the webs of fate, he witnessed all possible futures resonating, vibrating.
Oh man, he's gonna need some therapy after this. This sounds daunting.
Ones, his city, his kingdom, his world.
Got dark. It got dark.
Everything was going to disappear, swallowed up by a cataclysm whose origin lurked behind the veil of possibilities.
We were just trying to get some food, man. Caused poor Volpan to collapse on the spot. Leo took his unconscious friend on his back and fled the mansion, an army of guards at their heels. Hang in there, old friend, we'll get through this. I'll deal with the guards and get you to a safe place. Volpan! If you leave a trail of bodies behind you, you may have to face the consequences later. Victory. Okay, very, very interesting. I'm going to stop the video here, but yeah, this is cool. I wonder how much the meta progression is going to, it hinted that leaving a trail of bodies wasn't good. Having that Grim score I thought was going to be really negative, which it might be negative in the future, but I mean, it helped me lower the morale of that battle. So super cool. A lot of card games, I think I get the gist and kind of was like, oh, I know what this is, but this is pretty unique so far. So resource management, but it sounds like some of the resources might be a little consequential. So yeah, and then now there's this little cosmic many worlds, like every possible outcome cosmic apocalypse coming. So yeah, we will see. Thanks so much for watching. This is a really fun series. I've been really enjoying showing off video games for tabletop gamers, for board gamers. If you'd like to see more, let us know. If you want to talk about board games and video games, we have a really fun Discord channel, Discord server. You can get the link in the website. And yeah, if there's anything else we need to check out video game wise, please let us know in the comments. If you are looking for coffee for game night, please visit us at manyworldstavern.com. If you're not a big coffee person, tea for the tabletop is coming soon, within a few months. So keep up with us. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Chris Porto. See you next time.